Hello everyone, welcome back to this house of fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you are good, and thank you for clicking on this particular video. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to cut this short dress with a v-neckline and a mandarin collar. It also has a puff sleeve, so I'm using chiffon fabric to cut it out. I'm using 1 yard and 9 inches chiffon fabric to cut it out. You can use any yard of your choice. You can use 2 yards. It depends on the person you are sewing for. It depends on the measurement you are dealing with, you know. So the first folding here is going to be into 2, then into 4, and the necessary measurement is going to follow. So let me fold it out for you to see. So you can see the folding. I'm going to fold it into 2 first, then into 4, and you know I'm going to fold it equally. This does not have any zip allowance or button allowance, so this is into 4. Then I will now start my measurement. So the first measurement is going to be the length of the top, which is going to be 35 inches with a seam allowance. This is with the seam allowance. So the leftover up there I'm going to use for the sleeve. So from this point now I'll be taking my shoulder measurement of 7.5 inches. So I'll make it a straight line. Then after that I'm going to take my my shoulder slant of 1 inch, the shoulder slope of 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect it slantly to the back and front. Here you can see that point. By the time I'm cutting it out, you're going to see it properly. So from there I'm going to take my armhole measurement of 7.5 inches as well. Arm measurement of 7.5 inches. Then my waist measurement of 15.5 inches. 15.5 inches. I'm taking it from the shoulder. 15.5 inches, you can see. Then from that I'm going to take my I know our full length is 35 inches. You should know that is with the seam allowance. So I'm going to take my bust measurement from here, from the armhole area, which is going to be 36 inches. That is 9 in 4 places with a seam allowance of 1.5 inches. You can add any allowance of your choice. This is not constant. I'll now go to the waistline and take my waist measurement to be 30 inches. That is 7.5 in 4 places. It's going to give us 30 inches with a seam allowance of 1 inch. Then from the waist measurement, from the waist point, I'm going to take my hip point of 9 inches. Hip point of 9 inches. Then I'll take the hip measurement of 40 inches. That's 10 in 4 places. Hip measurement of 40 inches with a seam allowance of 1.5 as well. Then I will now connect everything together. I'll connect it together. You can see from the armhole to the shoulder. Then from this area at the down part there, I'll make it same thing to be 10 inches. 10 inches, you can see. I'll be adding that same allowance. Then connect it to the hip. So now I will now cut it out from the shoulder here to the armhole. Then to the full length of the dress. You can see to the full length of the dress. So this is the shape of what I chopped out. You can see it now. You can see the shoulder, the armhole, the bust to the waist, then to the hip, then to the full length of the dress. You can see it now. So that is how it's going to be. So the next thing here is to cut out the neckline. The neckline, the wideness of the neck is going to be 3 inches for both back and front. The wideness of the neck, this is 3 inches. You can see 3 inches. Then from there I'll be taking the depth of the neck. I make it 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to connect it together by cutting it. You can see that's what I've done there. I can now take out my back so that I'll give the v-neck shape to the front. So I'm taking out the back, then take the measurement of from the shoulder here. I'm going to take my measurement from the shoulder. I'm taking measurement of 7 inches. Then you can see the point of 7 inches there. Then I'm going to take my the wideness of the neck. The wideness of the neck, you know, it's a free neckline. We have the upper wideness there, so I'm making use of ½ inch. So by the time I open it out, it's going to be 1 inch. So I'm making use of ½ inch. So that is my ½ inch. Then from that ½ inch, I'm going to slant it down to the 7 inches. Slant it down to the 7. By the time I cut it out, you're going to see it properly. You slant it down to the 7 inches, then you cut. So we are done with the cutting of the V neckline. Then before you can cut out the mandarin collar, the straight collar, you have to join the 2 shoulders first. Then after joining the 2 shoulders, you know your the length, the wideness of the neck. Then you now use that length to cut out your mandarin collar. Then you fix it to the neckline. We have done many tutorial on that, so you can check on my channel and watch that, including the normal collar. So I'm using this remaining fabric to cut out the sleeve. And you can see I'm folding it into 4. I'm folding it into 4. It's a long sleeve, so you have to take the length of the sleeve properly. So I'm using this edge that is plain. I'm using it for the dam because there's going to be an elastic over there. So the nice thing here is to take the length, and you must make your fabric to be wide enough because there's still going to be an elastic over to shrink it, so you won't fold it in such a way that it's going to be tight. So the wideness of this now is 10 inches, so that is 20. By the time I add my elastic over to it, it's going to shrink the waist side and it's not going to tight. You know, it's a puff sleeve, so it's not going to tight at all to this particular measurement, because the main measurement for the harness of the upper arm for this particular person is just 12 inches. So that I still have excess allowance of 6 inches, so that will not make it tight at all, and you can as well make it bigger than this, depending on the fabric you are using. So the next thing here is to take the length. The length I'm using here, I'm going to make use of 24 inches length. That is with the seam allowance, and here is my 24 inches. I'm going to chalk it out. This is my 24 inches, you can see. Then I'm going to cut it out. So to bring out the shape of the armor, you have to take the length. Here I'm making use of 4 inches. This is not constant, it depends on the roundness of the armor for the particular measurements you are dealing with. But here I can use 4 inches. You can see the way I sketch it out. Then I'm going to cut it out with that particular shape. So this is the area I'm attaching to the armor. So the next thing here is to notch the center. So we are done with the cutting of the sleeve. We cut out our sleeve and the body as well. So let me go and join the shoulders, join the sleeve to the armor, put my elastic over at the waist, and come and show it to you before I cuff out the down parts. Here the facing I'm using for the V shape at the front neckline. So I'm done with the joining. You can see the sleeve to the armor, you can see it. So this is the elastic cover added to the sleeve side, you can see. So this is the neckline. When I took the shoulder, the 2 shoulders, then I take the roundness of the neckline. So this is what I got. Then I fix in my standing collar. So at the facing at the front, I'm using this my Emmy gun to gum it down with iron. You can see I'm going to place it like that, then I'm going to gum it down with iron. Now after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to take the shape. After taking the shape, I will now shape it at the down part by cuffing it the way it is on the thumbnail. So here is after joining the side by taking the shape, the proper measurement for this. Then the next thing is to shape out the down part, to cuff it out. So I'm folding it into two, as you can see. Then after folding it into two, I will now take some inches up. The inches I want to take here is not constant. It depends on how low you want the size to be and how curved you want the center of the front and the center of the back to be. So I'm going to go up now from the edge here to some inches, like I'm making use of 3 inches here, 3 inches. Then from that 3 inches, I'm going to cuff it. You can see. I'm going to cuff it. Then I can now cut it out. Welcome back. Here the finished work so far. This is the short dress, the V-neckline and mandarin collar that has a puff sleeve. You can see it. You can see how beautiful this turns out. If you are watching me for the first time, you're in the right place to be. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorial. And if you find this tutorial helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And for those who have already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys for clicking on my video always. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.